inches off the floor because the burners are typically down at the bottom. And this is for basically any gas appliance, right? Any gas appliance that find themselves in that situation the burners have to be raised 18 inches off the floor, which is why the stands for water heaters are typically out there, and they sell when people buy the water heater. They'll buy the can and they'll buy the stand and the straps. And it's like a kit for code compliant installation of water heaters.
Why?
That's why they need to be 18 off.
If you're in a garage or a similar place where you can have fuels like where you can have vapors, right, which are heavier than air, and they'll be down here, and so you raise it up because you have a burning element at the bottom of these appliances, like this and dryers. Okay. So all this is like code compliance, right? Anything you guys have any questions about? Yes.
For tankless, can you install those inside of the wall?
I said about this. Okay, so you're ready to go to the tankless.
Move right along this one.
Okay. Question about tankless. What is your question again?
Can you install those inside of the garage?
Can you install these? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
These can burn virtually anywhere.
So I installed it in the garage, and hopefully the city inspector failed me
Why?
because he said you can't install in garages. But then I got it overturned. But I wanted to ask a real plumber that question because he was the one.
Yeah, they can go virtually anywhere. You have, the surrounding things has to be clear.
It was a little bit to the outside here.
Yeah, but they're designed to go outside as much as they're designed to go inside.
So ours is in the front, but if you look at the house, this house, I'm not even doing it.
Built specifically for it. So you have the clearances, you have the clearances you're supposed to have, right? Service clearance basically is your 30-inch white space.
Yeah.
And this is like, even for like electric meters and stuff. Okay. Who was first? No, here, you were first.
Before we go on, I'm sorry, can you just note which valve is connected to what? Like this versus that versus these two?
Oh, that's just the drain.
Okay.
That's just the bottom of the tank to drain the tank.
Copy, and this is
And why would you drain the tank? You're replacing the water heater, or you're servicing the water heater, which nobody ever does. Servicing the water heater means to take out the anode rods that would be in the supply connections, right? The anode rods collect all the corrosive material, and so when they go in there, there's a nice shiny metal that goes in about that long, right? And then after a few years, you pull it out, it looks like the bottom of a boat, with barnacles and everything on it. So nobody ever does that. You can get the repair kits and pieces and do that to give more life, because you get all that stuff going in, and then you get sediments on the bottom of the tank, which can allow rusting of the tank, which is typically why the tank's leaking and you have to replace them. Okay? So you're able to drain the tank clear, right? Drain clear, flush it and everything, and put in fresh anode rods to give more life to the water. Yes.
That makes a question. It's kind of so-so. So in in our hobby garage or whatever, it was built like 30 years ago. I know we put the...
Did you say hopping garage?
Workshop.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yes,
I thought
hobby,
you were talking about your Native American relative.
So
You're
anyway,
visiting in their hoppy garage.
I remember that when we built it, we put in the small water heater, just like you're talking about above.
What, like a 3-gallon water heater?
I think it's like 15, 20, I don't know, it's small.
Okay.
And I know that thing has not been changed. It's been sitting up there forever. We don't use it like anymore. Is that something like we need to go in and change? Like, is it running the risk of causing a problem?
Those are pretty affordable units.
But I'm just saying, but it's been sitting there and like, we don't use
it may
it
be
much.
rusted out.
So, is that something we need to go look at?
It probably is rusted out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just sitting there.
And if you've never had it drained, it probably definitely be rusted out.
Yes.
For one of those units, I noticed there was an indoor version and an outdoor version.
Yeah. Indoor, outdoor, gas, electric. Okay. There are options in tankless water heaters.
Is that maybe why Bob failed? Because he put like a outdoor and an indoor, possibly? Or?
I don't know. How do I know that? Did you misuse the one you had?
Why did you fail?
Did you use the wrong unit?
No, I called the VP of Navy.
Wait a minute. Are you the one that had that fight with the inspector and you guys were like rolling out of your garage door? It was in the news. Yes.
A real fight?
He was like, he just told me, no, you do it all the time. And I usually called around to like plumbing supply stores just to make sure. So
Yeah.
But the reason why I asked is because I thought maybe there's some issues, some side issues.
Okay. No, so basically you had to call him on that.
I had a signed letter from the VP of the company.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, he has a new customer.
Yeah, and that's one thing, you guys, I don't know, I mentioned it in the I think maybe you did, is that the building departments and the code yield to manufacturer specifications. Because manufacturers have to have those approved through all the listing companies to be used in the way they're designed to be used. So yeah, if you ever have a situation where, it's like, can I use this here? And you get the specs from the manufacturer, and then you can say, oh, here's my approval papers and numbers right there. And then the building department says, oh, okay. And then you just follow all the codes that go around with it. Okay? Make sense, you guys? All right. So, it's just like OSHA. You guys have OSHA class, right? OSHA has to go by how, when they talk about learning how to use tools and things like that, they get that information from the manufacturers who have to go through the testing agency to be able to use the materials and the methods on how you use the materials and the tools. Okay, they don't write it up. The agencies don't write up how things work. They just put it together in a package for guidelines on how you perform work. Okay, same thing, guidelines how you do installations. Does that make sense?
So in new construction.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
I think you had your quota of questions last week. Your
Your
quota
quota.
of questions.
I did? Okay. Well, I have another one.
Yeah, you were actually 10% over last week. So you have some time to wait. I don't know.
What questions are
that
bad
might
questions?
take you past next class.
Okay.
Can I yield my questions to him?
Yeah. Here you go.
I think you're under.
Major, you have the floor.
Okay. In like new construction, are there any reasons why you would want to use this or not? Like now, if you like were building
I don't know. Maybe you like to store hot water in case the supplies comes out. You have a disaster, you cut off the water or something like that.
If you live in a place where PG&E likes to shut off your electricity, at the very least you need a natural gas one here, but lots of people are like, well, I have no idea how long this is going to be out, so they will go with this one instead.
It's sort of like maintaining a landline along with your cell phone. Okay. So some of these have neat little readouts and stuff, tells you the condition of the unit, how it's running, the temperatures and that sort of thing. This is an added feature. Ever since people learned about electronics, they start putting it in, like remote control light fixtures and stuff, like, oh, look what I can do with my light fixture. The little remote that chances are you're going to be losing in 3 months. Okay? Or you can never find the batteries anymore after 3 years. But yeah, they enhanced it, part of their marketing and so on. But anyway, yeah, these are very convenient because they also help you troubleshoot if there's anything wrong. One of the things about the tankless is they're more sensitive to contamination, to corrosions and things, and it's a good idea if you actually make sure you do maintenance on these every few years. that again every few years. Where these, you kind of treat like a dog, and then they may not leak until like 18 years later or something. You know, it's like you act like a Maytag washing machine or something. But yeah, some would last for like a long, long decades. You experience, yeah, exactly, yes.
How does the maintenance on this one differ from this one?
That one, you basically, it'll go for like 10 years without it,
Well,
unless
say
you
when-
like have
When
bad
you
luck.
service this one,
This
how-
one, what will happen is that it'll start, you won't get your pressure in things, or it'll start malfunctioning. Because of things like that. The corrosion goes in and gets on the elements inside. So you have to service it, you have to change the filters, and things like that. And it's probably like, a $300 service if you call someone out to do it. Okay, after, like I said, 3 to 5 years.
You're supposed
And you
to.
have to size, just like you have to size those, you have to size these. Okay, and I say that because a lot of people get excited and they'll go into like Home Depot or somewhere and they say, ooh, hey, look, they got a tankless water heater for like, $600. That's like for a 1-bedroom apartment. Okay, and they're looking for their 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, right? You have to size these, so you have to, find out what's the proper size that you need. Salespeople will know and tell you. You can go online, and there are charts and things like that for the different manufacturers. Okay? But it's not one size fits all. For like 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, it might be like a $3,000 unit that you'd have to get, not the $600,000 you saw online or at the Home Depot. Okay? Yes.
You mentioned, like, servicing these water heaters, people don't remove the anode rods. What are the, like, standard nations of servicing that you just need to have in mind?
For these? For this?
I guess what's the difference?
Wait,
In terms of
I'm
servicing.
sorry.
Yes.
I assume so. The standard what?
Water heaters versus the tankless. I'm curious.
No, I'm sorry. The standard what? The standard length of time or the standard?
Oh, servicing, if you will. Like, what do you have to do? Like, what does servicing mean, actually?
Oh, servicing for this is replacing the anode rods and drains.
That's it?
Yes.
And
Is
then
that-
for the tankless,
And for the tankless, it's changing the filter and changing any parts that have been corroding inside the dish.
So for
Okay, and then you have to go in and you have to brush things out.
So-
And that's where they probably change some of the washers and things inside.
So for that one, you're supposed to add these valves so you can send it to a tank, and then you can buy chemicals or vinegar, and you run it around, circulate it, and then once that's done, then it gets all the calcium deposit and things off, and then it continues
Yeah,
working.
you're cleaning up.
Yeah.
How would you change the anodes? Do you untake these screws off and
The anodes just drop in those pipe connections.
No, not that one.
No, that's the
sides.
fluid.
Yeah.
In here, the anode rods drop in. They drop in. Okay, and they're, like 3/8 inch diameter rod.
how do you get it out there though?
Huh?
How would you get it out?
Oh, they're loose. They'll have a T that will hold them up there in place, just at the top. And you get a little plier and just lift it up.
So how do you talking about really clear?
Well, now I know you've been neglecting your water heater. Okay, information's information. It's going on.
I got to get on plumber dad and be like, Dad, why you never told me about this?
Are the rods like stiff?
They're like a stick.
Okay, so how long are they? Because you need clearance to pull them out, right?
Yeah. Okay. If you're in a low ceiling, you'll have a problem. So what you'll have to do is you have to break them out, right? And then they have anode rods that come in segments. They're connected together, but they're in segments. So you'll drop that one in, and then the next one will follow, and then the next one, because that was a problem.
But to get them out, you're not cleaning them, you're just replacing them.
You're replacing it.
So you can just break it on the way out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Good question. Okay. All right. So you see this requires electricity. So you have to have a 110 outlet, right, to plug this in. And if you're outside, that's going to be a 110 outlet, GFCI, NA,
Waterproof.
waterproof, right? In-use cover, right? The kind that you can plug it in and it'll close in around the board, right? So that water can't get into the face of the all right? Those don't require electricity. Now, what's the big difference between gas and electricity as far as an electric water? When I say an electric tankless, what am I saying?
That's how I heat it.
Okay, it's the heating, right? In appliances, you have appliances that require high volumes of